to get? Can you always, or should you always get the lowest rate ever? Talking about that right now, and I'm talking about, do you know right now, 2025, July the 30th, you can buy a house with no income and no job, no problem. Of course, you need to qualify based on asset. And of course, you need to have good credit or no credit at all. We have options for you if you want to buy a house and you have no job and no income, but I'm finishing this one here, but you're going to be getting a large down payment. We can help you with that. So this is what I'm talking about today, right here, right now. In this Thursday update, July the 30th. Today we're going live on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and tomorrow will be edited on shorts on the channel. So is it always the lowest rate the best way to go? Let me tell you, I just did a pricing. A client moving from another state, Texas, to LA, and they're already used to having a 2.99% rate on the mortgage. And now they just want to do the same, buying a house here, putting a large down payment, and keeping the rate around 3%. Well, you know what? The lowest we are able to do right now with a regular 30-year fix. This is not a temporary, this is not a 1, 2 year thing. A regular 30-year fix, we can do a buy down. The client is going to pay almost 5% point, 5 points, 5% just to bring the rate around 4%. And that will make the payment around $300 less than the original payment. She's buying a $350,000 house, putting $100,000 down payment. So the payment a month is going to drop like 20%. And I understand it's a lot of money. No, not even 20%. The payment is going to drop like 15%. So the point is it worth it for her to pay almost $15,000 for buying down the rate that is going to drop the mortgage payment around $300 a month? Well, she was doing the numbers. $300 a month is around $3,600 a year. According to her numbers, in 5 years, she will get her money back on the saving for buying down the rate to 4%, 30-year fix. You know what? My personal opinion is I don't think it's the best strategy right now, even though it's the lowest rate, even though you can afford to do the buy down. All we know in the next 1, 2, or 3 years, eventually the rates are going to come back down. And you're going to have the opportunity to refi the property. I think it's better just put those $15,000 extra towards the principal. You're going to have less balance. You're going to have less payments of interest on less balance that you have on the mortgage. And that is going to help you to pay the property faster. At the same time, whenever the rates drop, 1, 2, 3 years from now, even though today the Fed already spoken and there are no changes on the Fed rate dropping, and probably no changes on the next meeting in September. So it looks like the rate is going to stay a little longer higher than expected because you see the numbers, the inflation is still a little high. With everything happening with the tariff and the economy growing strong, they did the GDP yesterday or today, it's almost 3%. So there is no recession happening, even though everybody thinks we are in a recession for over a year. So the point is, no, it's not always best getting the lowest rate ever in this particular market right now. And now this brings me to the next question. Do all loans make sense? All right, like this particular case, you can buy down the rate to 4%, right? You can pay 5 points. Does it make sense? Even though you can afford it and do it? At the end of the day, if you want to do it, you can do whatever you want. You're the boss. I'm just going to do whatever you tell me to do. But at the same time, is it worth it? Do you think you can do something else with those $15,000? Or in another case, we have clients who wants to do a construction loan, and we finally got an offer. We finally were able to do something for the client. But you know what? The client didn't want to do it. It makes sense. I understand. The client is like, the rate is too high. I rather do something lower. So do all loans make sense? Sometimes not all the loans make sense. And at the same time, even though you qualify for a loan, doesn't mean you should be getting the loan. If you're not ready and you don't feel that you can afford the payment normally, easily, without any worries at all, maybe you should think twice, okay? I think a lot of people doing flips now. Make sure you can afford the payment. Make sure it's a low payment for you. You can keep the house for a long time and then keep it, okay? So, do all loans make sense? Maybe no. The most important question is, can you afford it? Can you keep it? Can you do it regardless of what's happening in the market? Then you can do it. You got it. And today, like I was saying, talking about loans that doesn't make sense. We have programs that you can buy no income, no job. No income, no job at all. The rate right now for that program, we have a 6.5% 30-year fix. And you only need to do that. The only thing you need to do is put 30% down, and of course have a FICO score of 680. 680 FICO score, 30% down. You can buy no question asked, no income, no jobs, and have a 30-year loan fixed easy. What do you think about that? Yes, we have programs. We can do it. We have programs, even though if you want to be an investor and you already own one property, you want to buy more properties, then we can do something called DSCR loans. DSCR loans help you out to use only the rental income on the property to pay for the mortgage, and then you're good to go, and that's it. All right, guys, I'm leaving. This is Thursday's update. Tomorrow you're gonna see the shorts on it. Thank you for the support. Remember, it's gonna be on my YouTube channel, Carlos Lopez Mortgage Show. If you have questions, just DM me. Hello to everybody right here, and